Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's been an honor to chair this subcommittee this session. The Subcommittee on Justice and Public Safety used the interim to reach out to our law enforcement community. We're having a crisis in hiring and keeping our law enforcement personnel. So we wanted to ascertain exactly what it would take in our budget to recruit, train, and retain our law enforcement officers. And we also heard from our friends on the left about possibly reducing our budget for law enforcement. But this budget today, once and for all, rejects that ideology that we defund our police. Instead, we've strengthened our state police force by investing record amounts across the board in virtually every aspect of law enforcement. Let's discuss a few important examples. We grant a $15,000 pay increase to every Kentucky State Trooper and every motor vehicle enforcement officer. For new recruits, this represents a 37.5% increase in starting salary, which should provide a significant boost to recruitment. It also gives an $8,000 raise to telecommunications personnel. These are important people in our system of law enforcement. We heard from the state medical examiner's office, and we've increased their budget by over $1 million. We've also given a pay increase to our forensic lab personnel, overworked lab personnel, provide additional funding to replace obsolete lab equipment. And I think this is the genius of this particular budget. We allocate $215 million to the State Police Retirement Fund. Now, what does this do? How does this help recruiting? The employer contribution rate, because of this additional appropriation, reduces from 141% of salary to 100% of salary. This frees up 41% of total payroll to provide additional pay raises or recruit additional members. We appropriated funds for the purchase of body camera systems for the Kentucky State Police. We provided funding to complete the purchase of a new radio system for the Kentucky State Police. And for years, the Department of Criminal Justice Training, which trains all of our state and local police officers to reconstruct their indoor firing range training facility at Eastern Kentucky University. We have funded the entire purchase price of $28.5 million in this budget. And finally, for many years, our jailers and counties have been asking, begging for a significant increase in their per diem payment from the state to house state prisoners. This budget will raise the state per diem payment from $31.34 per day to $35.34 per day. That's a 12% increase from the current contribution. Mr. Speaker, we believe this budget amply rewards those who protect us from those who might harm us.